E aí, pessoal do Baixa Aqui Jogos, Douglas Vieira de volta. Eu tô aqui para conversar com o Matt, que é designer PlanetSide 2, que vai responder algumas perguntas pra gente sobre o jogo. Nice to meet you, Matt. First thing, PlanetSide has a really huge world. Was it hard to achieve this goal?
For sure. I mean, making this game has been an enormous challenge. Creating maps the size of PlanetSide. Our maps in this game are 64 square kilometers. And all of that's handcrafted to make the best possible FPS experience. So it's definitely been very difficult to make our levels be that size, that scale.
Besides the maps, we have the factions. Right now, 3. Do you have plans to add more factions in the future?
We don't really have plans for more factions, but we do have ideas for ways to make outfits be able to brand themselves more. Outfits are kind of what a guild would be in a normal MMO game. So players really kind of associate more with their outfits than they associate with their empire in a lot of ways. So we don't really have any plans for a fourth one yet.
Yeah, and what about the classes? Do you have plans to add more as well?
Classes are definitely something that we can talk about adding. We have 6 right now, but similar to vehicles, we've added a vehicle since we launched the game. So we may very well add more classes in the future too. I can think of a few that would be pretty fun.
Do you can say about some of the ideas you have right now about the classes?
Well, I just think that there's probably some roles for different kinds of support classes in the game, especially kind of more specialized stuff that can be centralized around different types of gameplay. You know, it's still a little early for me to be saying what kind of classes we might add, but it's a game that we plan on running for the next 10 years at least, so there's plenty of opportunity for us to add lots of content.
Right. I want to say one thing. Right now, the main goal in the game is you go to the places and conquest the cities and things like that. Since we have 3 factions doing the same thing and they have kind of a ranking, do you have plans to give prizes to the best faction each month or something like that?
Actually, yeah. Right now we're just starting our preseason for an event that we call the World Domination Series, and it's all about basically giving rewards to the empire that's controlling the most territory over a period of time. So we have weekly rewards, and then we have seasonal rewards, which right now is about 6 weeks. And that's definitely something that we want to do to make the competition be a little bit more meaningful, and a little bit more, large scale.
That's fun. Right now we are working a PS4 version of the game as well, right? What the difference between the PC version and the PS4 version?
The biggest difference players are going to see in the PS4 version is the user interface. Other than that, we're not changing a lot about the game, so it's still going to be the same massive scale gameplay, still going to be thousands of players fighting. You're not going to get a dumbed down PlanetSide experience on the PS4. The PS4 hardware really allows us to make sure that we have the optimal PlanetSide 2 experience. Basically, if you played PlanetSide 2 on ultra graphic settings right now on the PC version, that's what you're going to get on the PS4, with just some tweaks to make it a little easier to use on a gamepad.
Right. About the DualShock 4, do you have plans to add some features that use the touchpad and things like that?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, right now, internally, we use the touchpad to be able to navigate some of the menus and stuff, and it's cool for that. I actually really like the motion control in the PlayStation 4 controller for doing things like flying aircraft. It's kind of neat to be able to fly an aircraft using the motion control. It's not for everybody, but it's fun sometimes.
I think it's easier than use the analog controls to fly, maybe. Now we have the Portuguese version of PlanetSide here in Brazil. And one thing we would like to know is, do you have plans to add things that remember the Brazilian players or the community in the game? Is like camos to the weapons and things like that?
Like specific for Brazil? We could, and that's one of the things that we work with our partners with. And we're partnered with Boa Compra here, and they do a really good job of letting us know what would work well for the Brazilian audience, what kind of stuff does the Brazilian audience want in the game. And we have partners in Russia, we have partners in China who have done sort of similar things, and whenever possible, if they think maybe a yellow and green camo or some cool, I don't know what kind of helmet would work, maybe a soccer ball helmet or a football helmet. It's something like that maybe would be a cool addition, and we would certainly do that to be able to make it something that our fans are asking for down here.
Yeah, since the world of the game is always getting huge and huge, can you say some things you are planning right now that we will see, I don't know, in the next 2 or 3 months?
Well, sure. Right now, the biggest thing that we're working on internally is a big optimization patch. We're trying to make the game run faster, especially on lower-end hardware. And that's really important for a country like Brazil and some of our other partners like Russia and like China, where people might not have as much access to like super high-end computers. So we want the game to be able to run a lot better, and that update's going to be coming out in the next couple weeks, so it'll be very soon. And then new content, we're working on a brand new continent called Hassan, which is on our public test server right now. We have a mission system that's going to be coming into the game pretty soon. We have some new systems. One of them is called Directives. It's kind of like an achievement system, but it also helps you learn new concepts when you're a new player starting out. So we have a lot of exciting additions that are going to be coming to the game. We've launched a year ago, almost a year ago, and we've done 15 major updates to the game since then. So we plan on keeping it as fresh as we can as we are continuing to develop.
Okay, Matt, thanks for your time here. Hope you enjoy the event. Ok, pessoal, terminando aqui mais uma transmissão. Espero que vocês tenham gostado e continuem ligados no Baixa Aqui Jogos para conferir todas as novidades do Brasil Game Show 2013. Até lá!
Live Team lançou um desafio. Você usa a banda larga fixa da Team e se no primeiro mês não gostar, cancela sem pagar nada. Eu fiz o teste e gostei.
Desafio Live Team com 35 MB de velocidade, só R$ 69,90. Live Team, viva essa experiência.